Good morning, students. Today we will continue the chapter Kings and Farmers. In the previous video, we discussed about the 16 Mahajanpadas which appeared in the 6th century BCE in Indian subcontinent. So today we will discuss about one Mahajanpad out of those 16, that is Magad. Magadha was the Mahajanpad which became most powerful among all the Mahajanpadas. What were the reason for it? We will discuss. You can see here the historians have been found why Magadha became the most powerful. The first reason was that the region where Magadha was located, present day Bihar, Jharkhand, iron mines were there, iron deposits were there, so the kings could have the iron from these iron mines and they could use this iron for tools and weapons. Second, forest area was there, so they could get the elephant for their army. Third thing, that part was agriculturally productive. The fourth reason was that Ganga and its tributaries provided a means of cheap and convenient communication. But the Buddhist and Jainas writers, they have written that the policies of the individual kings, the kings who ruled over Magadha, those were so good policymakers that their policy made Magadha so powerful. Some kings are here: Bimbisara, Ajatashatru, Mahapadmananda. So Magadha became most powerful. The first capital of Magadha was Rajgah, present day Rajgir in Bihar. The meaning of Rajgah is the house of the king. Rajgah was a fortified settlement. I have already told you that the capitals were fortified by the king. It was located in hills. After that, Pataliputra shifted, which is present day Patna. It was shifted as the capital from Rajgah to Pataliputra in 4th century BCE. When Ashoka became king of Magadha, then Pataliputra was the capital. Let's discuss about a powerful dynasty which ruled over Magadha in the 4th century, that is Maurya Empire, Maurya dynasty. Chandragupta Maurya was the founder of Maurya dynasty. He became the king of Magadha in 321 BC after defeating Ghanananda. So the question will be there, which are the sources by which we can know about the history of Mauryas? First is Indica book written by Megasthenes. Megasthenes, who came in Chandragupta Maurya's court as a Greek ambassador, he wrote about Indian subcontinent and also about the Maurya Empire in his book Indica. So his book Indica is also a good source to know about the Maurya dynasty, Megasthenes. Second one is the Arthashastra book written by Kautilya or Chanakya. Kautilya or Chanakya, these were two names of same person who was the minister of Chandragupta Maurya. The book written by him was Arthashastra. It also gives a good description of Maurya dynasty. Third one is the books written by Buddhist, Jainas and the Puranic literatures in Sanskrit also, which tells us about the history of Mauryas. And the most valuable source which tell us about the Mauryas are the inscriptions written by Ashoka. King Ashoka was the most powerful king of Maurya dynasty. He started writing inscriptions, so these are the valuable source for us. What he used to write in inscriptions? He wrote the messages for his subjects, for the officials. He also wrote about Dhamma. In his Dhamma, he mentioned to respect towards elders, generosity towards Brahmanas and worldly life, treating slaves and servants kindly, and respect for religions and traditions other than one's own. This 3 marks question. What Ashoka used to write in his Dhamma. These are the points. Okay, we will continue the chapter in the next video. Thank you.